I co-founded Circle 10 years ago with the vision that digital currency would transform how value was exchanged. 5 years ago, we launched USDC. Today, USDC has grown to become one of the largest dollar digital currencies in the world. USDC powers tens of thousands of applications and has handled over $10 trillion in transactions. The core of Circle's day-to-day mission is expanding the role of the dollar on the internet. The demand for safe and secure dollars on the internet is real and growing. Stablecoins and blockchain networks will likely become strategic infrastructure for the future of the internet. It's a profound moment for the dollar in the world today. Currency competition is real and is increasingly defined by technological competition. No nation understands this better than China, with its own state-controlled digital yuan, complete with embedded surveillance. The steps the U.S. government takes now will have a significant impact on dollar competitiveness in the decades that follow. Failing to take the appropriate steps could have devastating consequences for America. As a nation, we need to ensure that the dollar is the most competitive currency on the internet. There also needs to be universal access to the safest and most secure digital dollars possible. These digital dollars must be backed by the safest assets. The world must have the safety and assurance needed to exchange value without fears of bank runs. Access and safety are cornerstones of keeping the dollar competitive. But at the heart of dollar competitiveness must be technological superiority. That means unleashing the innovation made possible by software, the internet, and free market competition. Delivering a stablecoin bill to President Biden's desk should be a national priority. Already, other major nations are enacting laws to regulate the use of dollar stablecoins. Rather than let other countries define our future, the United States needs to lead the development of global rules that will determine how our currency moves around the world.
I want to quote from an article in the Wall Street Journal last week entitled "Crypto Communism Has a New Meaning. China seeks to infiltrate the U.S. financial system, and SEC and FINRA seem oblivious." And in this article, it talks about Prometheum as an American company, but according to SEC filings, is a strategic partner and joint venture with Shanghai Wansheng Blockchain Incorporated and its affiliate Hashkey. The former company is a spin-off of Wansheng Group, which has deep ties to the Chinese Communist Party. Wansheng Group was founded in 1969, and the founder passed recently, and an official press release commented that the comrade always listened to the party and followed the party. That group is now led by that gentleman's son, Lu Wangding, and the press release is almost identical by saying that he will carry forward the practice of the deceased founder and always listen to the party and follow the party. I can tell you from being on the Chinese Select Committee, that is a chilling statement when we have an American company that's in bed with the Chinese. Mr. Kaplan, what percentage of your company is owned by a Chinese entity?
I think approximately 20%.
20% of it. How much influence do they have over your company?
They have the same rights as other shareholders.
How much access do they have to intellectual property?
Wang Zheng has no access to any Prometheum code or technology or system, server, or customer data.
If they're on the board of directors and have access to all your data from the standpoint of being an investor, how do you answer that question like that?
The bylaws were changed in the filing that was filed with the SEC on November 2021, and they basically limit who has access to data, including directors.
Okay, where's the data stored right now?
In the United States.
Okay, your headquarters is here, your data is stored. It's not stored anywhere in China.
Not at all, sir.
Okay, you had a designation as a digital asset security broker dealer, and as such, you have a lot of person identifiable information on your clients, do you not?
Correct.
Okay, does any of that information or any of the technology does the Chinese have any access to that at all at this point?
Absolutely not, sir. I want to point out Prometheum is an American-born, bred, and controlled company. And basically no foreign influence or control over Prometheum is had to any of its systems, its code, its servers, or its customers' data.
Well, I'm glad you could read that, but that doesn't impress me because I sit on a committee, and I can tell you any company that is either owned by or are involved with the Chinese Communist Party and or government is influenced by them. That's the only way they operate. And so What safeguards have you got in place to make sure they don't get anything that's in your company?
Sir, we both had a CFIUS inquiry and an SEC investigation where we were required to give all communication.
So what benefit do the Chinese then involve themselves in your company? If they can't access it, if they can't access information, they can't access your technology, what's the benefit of them investing in your company?
The belief in the business idea that digital assets are securities and need to be properly regulated as such and traded on intermediaries that are properly registered under the securities laws.
Do you think that perhaps they're getting some information just by being around your business that could be helpful to them?
I do not believe so, sir.
Why did you take them on as a partner? Why can't you have an American partner instead of a Chinese partner? What's the benefit of having a Chinese partner in this business?
As anyone who's started a startup knows, when you are young and small as an entity and a large established entity seeks to have a relationship with you, you look for the opportunity. If there had been an American opportunity, we probably would have taken it.
Well, that's troubling because, you see, this is exactly how the Chinese work their way into our various companies in this country. They see an opening because there's a need there for the company to grow, for money, for expertise, for technology, and they're standing there with their hands out, being willing to add that to the portfolio or give to whatever you want to do here. And as a result, then they've got their hands on you. It's very disturbing to see that that's what's going on here. So I'm just worried that this is a situation, and here we have the SEC getting you one of the first digital asset security broker dealers license. It's where's the SEC on this? I'm wondering, but anyway,
going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought. We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of the huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, well, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in an ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. Now, guys, I told you in 2023 in the first quarter, we would get an event. And now we have the banking collapse, which the master magicians pulled off the perfect distraction. And at the end of the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter, guys, we're going to have another main event. Now, of course, the markets will still pump and dump until we get that next crisis. Guys, we know they're going to pull that rug. And all we have to do is watch the Fed to know exactly when that's about to happen. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. We all know this channel is shadow banned. Now, guys, in my Patreon, I keep you up to date with the New World Order events, and then also I give you the New World Order cryptos. But of course, you have to do your own research. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And happy Father's Day. Don't just get your father a tie. Make sure you hit that Cash App. And remember who your first father is. El, the Father, the Most High. It's not by coincidence that Pride Month is the same month as Father's Day. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. Remember, the rainbow is a covenant between God and the earth. And then also, guys, remember when you're looking at the rainbow, you're talking about angles of degrees. And everything is a number connected to the Most High. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. Now, guys, we have Bitcoin and crypto flat right now. Don't forget, CME opens tonight. We know the market is going to move. And then, of course, once yield rates get to moving in the morning, we know that's going to move the market again. So do not forget to pay attention to the actual indicators. On Friday, yield rates were up but still off the highs. The dollar was up but still off the highs. In crypto right now, guys, we have absolutely no volume, so we know we're not going to be moving anywhere if volume stays as low. And then we have the Fed repo sitting at about $2 trillion on Friday. And guys, we know the central banks are raising rates and running off this balance sheet in order to destroy this legacy market so the fourth industrial revolution can rise. Whether robots, algorithms, and drones take the economy over, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. And we're seeing all these central banks completing the test of these central bank digital currencies. Remember, guys, we have the emerging markets are going to start flipping that switch next year. And then the United States is going to be behind on purpose. We'll be flipping that switch in the U.S. in 2025. We know in a few weeks, Fed now is right around the corner. And guys, you're talking about real-time settlement that destroys this current banking model. That's the reason why this banking crisis was planned 10 years ago. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. Now, guys, don't forget about Grayscale and about $22.2 billion on Friday. But getting over into a little crypto news. We have Binance sends cease and desist notice to Nigerian scammer entity. And guys, you know, I talk about Nigeria all the time. And then lastly, guys, we have Jeremy in front of Congress on stable coins and that digital dollar for the internet. And if you listen closely, when you hear the agenda for these digital stable coins, a digital dollar, is always internet money. Why does the internet need money? Because the robots, algorithms, and drones are about to take over the economy. The fourth industrial revolution. And guys, don't forget that our leaders in the United States brought Japan to California and went over the fourth industrial revolution. And they say right out their mouth, robots, algorithms, and drones. Don't forget to watch my Society 5.0 videos. But the actual congressman points out to Aaron Kaplan, who is the CEO of Prometheum, who has investors from China, but is SEC approved. And guys, we know the NWO wants the emerging markets to rise, led by China. And we know all of our big banks and big corporations are invested heavily in China. You know, I've done tons of videos on it. We just had Bill Gates go over there with a check. Elon Musk getting subsidies. So guys, believe me, not just Prometheum has China investors. If you listen to the Crypto Teacher, we know the truth. And we know our major crypto projects are also heavily invested in the emerging markets. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get on stocks, the Xrp, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.